Welcome back to Auto Rush Pro, the channel that brings the roar of the road straight to your screen. Today's episode is something every American car enthusiast has been waiting for. We're diving deep into the 5 most powerful, most aggressive, and most soul-stirring muscle cars of 2026. These aren't just cars. They're fire-breathing beasts built for those who live for the thrill, for those who feel the engine before they hear it, and for those who still believe that raw horsepower can never go out of style. From the reborn Dodge Demon to the resurrected Pontiac Firebird, from Ford's legendary Boss 429 to Plymouth's return with the Barracuda, and finally the rebirth of an icon, the Chevrolet Nova SS 454. Buckle up, because this isn't just a review. It's an adrenaline-charged journey through American power and passion. Let's start with the one that started the modern, muscle craze all over again. The Dodge Demon 26. The name Demon already sends chills down the spine. But the 2026 model takes that legacy and injects it with futuristic madness. The exterior looks like something from another planet, wide, low, and mean. The front fascia is an aggressive statement with a blacked-out grille, razor-thin LED headlights, and massive air intakes that gulp air like a jet engine. The hood scoop isn't just for show. It's functional, channeling air into the supercharged heart beneath. The rear design stays faithful to classic muscle proportions but adds a touch of 2026 flair with sleek LED taillights that stretch across the body and a massive carbon fiber spoiler that keeps this beast glued to the ground at high speed. The body lines scream motion even when it's parked, and the 20-inch Demon forged wheels wrapped in drag-ready Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires make it look ready to destroy asphalt on command. Step inside, and it's a wild mix of heritage and high-tech. Dodge stripped out every ounce of unnecessary luxury to focus on what matters, speed and control. But this time, the Demon 2026 gives you both. Alcantara leather, red contrast stitching, carbon fiber trims, and an all-digital cockpit that glows like a fighter jet control panel. The seats hug you in place as if they already know what's coming. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed with integrated performance switches for launch control and traction management. The 12.3-inch digital display can shift from normal mode to race view, showing boost pressure, shift lights, and G-force meters in real time. Under the hood is where the chaos lives, a 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8 tuned to a mind-bending 1050 horsepower. Dodge claims 0 to 60 in 1.8 seconds when equipped with drag radials, making it faster than most hypercars twice its price. The quarter-mile time? 8.9 seconds, officially making the Demon 2026 the fastest production muscle car ever built. Yet, despite all this brute force, the Demon also integrates adaptive suspension, launch assist control, and drive-by-wire technology that makes it surprisingly drivable on city streets. The price tag sits around $130,000, but every dollar buys you a ticket to the wild side of performance. Now, let's move to a name many thought would never rise again. The 2026 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Yes, it's back, and it's not just a tribute, it's a resurrection. The exterior alone feels like an event. The sculpted bodywork mixes vintage 1970s aggression with modern aerodynamics. The famous Screaming Chicken logo spreads proudly across the carbon hood, and the pop-up-inspired LED headlights give a nod to the original while looking sleek and futuristic. The car sits low on 21-inch forged alloy wheels. The fenders are flared to perfection, and the rear features quad exhausts that sound like thunder on startup. Inside, the Firebird Trans Am 2026 embraces luxury with purpose. There's a perfect balance between muscle and modernity. Deep bucket seats wrapped in premium suede and leather. A driver-focused cockpit with a digital gauge cluster that animates a flaming phoenix at ignition, and a center console filled with aluminum toggles that feel mechanical and raw. A 12-inch infotainment screen supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but when you switch to Sport mode, the interface changes to performance telemetry, showing real-time horsepower, torque curves, and lateral Gs. Underneath the sleek exterior lies a powerhouse, a 6.6-liter naturally aspirated V8. tuned to produce a jaw-dropping 780 horsepower and 680 lb-ft of torque. The sound is pure muscle, raw, angry, and addictive. It rockets from 0 to 60 in just 2.9 seconds, and the top speed crosses 210 millimeters. The 6-speed manual gearbox comes standard for purists, while an optional 10-speed automatic ensures maximum track performance. The Trans Am also brings active aerodynamics, adjustable spoilers, and cooling flaps that respond dynamically to speed and heat. It's muscle with brains. The price starts around $115,000. And for those who grew up idolizing the original Firebird, this 2026 model is pure. Nostalgia reborn with 21st century power, moving on to a name that defines American performance. The Ford Mustang Boss 429, 2026. This car is more than a legend. It's an attitude. Ford's design team went all in on blending classic muscle proportions with modern aerodynamic precision. The front fascia is sharp, dominated by a wide grille housing the classic running pony emblem, flanked by laser-thin LED headlights that pierce through the darkness. The bulging hood hides an air intake that feeds the massive engine beneath. The stance is wider, lower, and meaner than any Mustang before. Inside, Ford's craftsmanship has evolved. The cabin is more premium and performance-focused than ever. Alcantara wraps most surfaces, while contrast red stitching gives it that aggressive tone. The seats are track-ready Recaros with heating and ventilation. A 13-inch curved driver display integrates seamlessly with Ford's Sync 5 system, giving real-time race data, GPS lap tracking, and power delivery visuals. The steering wheel has tactile controls for suspension modes, throttle sensitivity, and exhaust tone. It's like holding a command center in your hands. And the engine? Ford brings back the 7.0-liter Boss V8, naturally aspirated but now hybrid-assisted for torque boost. Combined output sits at 890 horsepower, with instant throttle response and an electric assist system that eliminates lag. It can blast from 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds flat, and the roar it produces is spine-tingling. Old-school muscle meets modern precision. The dual-clutch 8-speed gearbox shifts lightning fast, while adaptive MagneRide suspension keeps it planted at any speed. Ford priced the Boss 429 around $125,000, positioning it as a direct rival to the Demon but with a slightly more refined edge. Now, let's talk about the comeback that nobody saw coming, the 2026 Plymouth Barracuda. The Barracuda returns after decades of silence, and it's nothing short of spectacular. The design captures the essence of late 60s muscle with a modern twist. The split front grille, quad LED headlights, muscular hood, and aggressive stance are pure retro power blended with futuristic design cues. The fastback roofline flows into a wide rear deck, giving it that unmistakable Barracuda silhouette. Wide fenders, carbon fiber diffusers, and dual exhausts complete the perfect fusion of heritage and modern aggression. The interior is where nostalgia meets innovation. The cockpit wraps around the driver with vintage-inspired circular gauges digitized for precision. Soft leather, aluminum accents, and ambient lighting create a mix of old-school charm and new-age comfort. The start button glows red on the dash. Press it and the car comes alive with a growl that sounds like pure rebellion. Under the hood, Plymouth didn't play safe. The Barracuda packs a 6.4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 pushing 820 horsepower and 750 lb-ft of torque. The power delivery is brutal, yet refined. With launch control, it rockets to 60 in 2.7 seconds. Top speed is estimated at 208 mph. The rear-wheel drive setup combined with an adaptive differential means you can tame all that power with surgical precision. Handling is sharper than expected thanks to the lightweight chassis and electronically adjustable suspension. The Barracuda 2026 starts at around $118,000, putting it in the same league as the Trans Am, but offering a unique retro flair that's impossible to resist. Finally, we end with one of the most iconic names from Chevrolet's golden age, the 2026 Nova SS 454. Chevrolet went deep into its muscle heritage vault to revive this beast, and what they came up with is nothing short of astonishing. The Nova 2026 keeps the raw attitude of its 70s ancestor, but wraps it in a body sculpted by wind tunnels and crafted in carbon fiber. The long hood, squared stance, and short rear deck are pure muscle car DNA, but now every inch serves a purpose. The front end features dual LED strips integrated into aggressive headlights, while the hood bulge hints at the monster within. The rear diffuser and quad titanium exhausts tell you this isn't nostalgia, it's evolution. Inside, Chevrolet took luxury seriously. The cockpit is an art form, driver-centric with a minimalistic yet powerful design. The flat-bottom steering wheel, aluminum paddle shifters, and carbon-trimmed dashboard scream performance. The seats are wrapped in two-tone leather with contrast stitching, and the 15-inch OLED display provides customizable performance layouts, from classic analog gauges to futuristic telemetry readouts. Performance-wise, the Nova SS454 name says it all. A massive 7.4-liter twin-turbo V8 lurks under the hood, delivering a staggering 950 horsepower and 900 lb-ft of torque. It's connected to a 9-speed automatic with launch control and performance traction management. 0 to 60 happens in just 2.3 seconds, making it the quickest Nova ever built. The sound it produces is a deep, thunderous growl that shakes the pavement. The car's carbon ceramic brakes and adaptive suspension make it just as capable on track days as it is on the drag strip. Chevrolet priced this modern legend at around $135,000, making it the perfect mix of power, luxury, and heritage. Each of these 5 cars defines a different side of American muscle in 2026. The Dodge Demon delivers pure, unfiltered power. No compromises, no apologies. The Pontiac Firebird Trans Am brings back passion with a vengeance, reminding everyone that performance can still have personality. The Ford Mustang Boss 429 shows that muscle and technology can coexist in harmony. The Plymouth Barracuda gives you a slice of history reborn for the modern era, and the Chevrolet Nova SS454 proves that legends don't fade, they evolve into something greater. In a world where electric cars and quiet luxury dominate the streets, these machines stand as roaring reminders of America's golden age of horsepower. They're not just cars, they're statements. Statements that say speed still matters, sound still matters, and emotion still drives the soul of performance. So, which one would you take home? The sheer madness of the Demon, the class and fire of the Trans Am, the balanced beast that is the Boss 429, the nostalgic beauty of the Barracuda, or the raw dominance of the Nova SS454? Drop your pick in the comments below and tell us which of these 2026 legends deserves the title of King of Muscle Cars. This has been Auto Rush Pro, where passion meets horsepower. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell because next week we're going even deeper into the future of American performance. Until then, keep your engines roaring and your spirits high. Because here, power is more than numbers. It's a way of life.